Please pause for the moment of silence. Please stand for the pledges. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
A spike in oil prices, how it will affect your bank account and the gas pump.
And a story on a new staff member who nurses our athletes back to health.
Does your dad tell bad dad jokes? Clover asks you about your best dad jokes on Texans on Main Street on today's edition of NHSTV Live. The bombing of Saudi Arabia oil facilities is still under investigation. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo has specifically stated that it was Iran. On Tuesday, the president spoke with the press on the issue.
That was a very large attack, and it could be met with an attack many, many times larger very easily by our country, but we're going to find out who definitively did it first.
However, this morning, President Trump tweeted, "I have just spoken with the Secretary of the Treasury to substantially increase sanctions on the country of Iran." How this is affecting gas prices in the state of Texas. The average price of regular unleaded gas is $2.37. At the same time last week, it was $2.27. Those prices are expected to continue to rise.
With hurricane season being at its tail end, the Caribbean and coast are being struck constantly with hurricanes and tropical storms. Southeast Texas and Louisiana will be hit this week with harsh flooding from Tropical Storm Imelda, as well as in the coming weekend, a tropical depression brewing in the Atlantic, anticipated to develop into another hurricane, being the second hurricane developing in the last 2 weeks. The tropical depression is defined by its wind speed and circulation of its cells. There is no prediction on how much damage this system will do, but the closer it gets to land, the more information we will have. Not only has a lot been happening with the weather, but also in the world of sports, and we can catch you up. What's been happening, Shelby?
Thanks, Ryan. Last night, our volleyball team held a home game against the Denton High Broncos and fought hard as the game was pretty close most of the night. For over half the game, the score went back and forth, making the night one to remember. In the end, though, it would not be enough as the Broncos won over the Texans 3-1. I met up with Coach Chandler after the game to go over the events of the night.
All right, Coach Chandler, this tough game, there's a really big mentality change between the first and the second set. What are some things that you guys need to work on to get better in the season?
I think for us, just consistency and being able to execute the things that we work on in practice during positionals and being able to execute scouting reports.
Definitely. And is there anything you want to say to your team about tonight's game?
It's a tough loss. You know, the girls played hard. I was proud of the way they came back after game one. And it was just a battle, you know, and unfortunately we didn't come out victorious, but we get them another shot.
There's always next game. Thank you so much, Coach.
Volleyball's next game is this Friday at home against the Denton Ryan Raiders at 6:30. Let's pack the stands and be loud for our Lady Texans. Also, cross country will run in their next meet tomorrow, so be sure to wish them luck. Back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Shelby. Now, you may see her helping on the sidelines or the field, but you may not know who she is outside of school. NHSTV reporter Cole Richardson has a story on the new educator at Northwest High.
If you've gone to the trainers this year, you may have noticed a few changes. Though the room looks the same, we have a bunch of new smiles throughout the room. One of the new additions to the trainers room and to Northwest family is Coach Zuniga. Coach Zuniga is a recent grad at Texas Wesleyan University with a bachelor's in athletic training and a minor in exercise science. a passion she has had all the way back to her freshman year of high school.
I started out in my freshman year as a student athletic training aide. I followed the varsity volleyball team all the way up until my senior year.
Though bandaging up and ice baths can be fun, Coach Zuniga says her favorite part is the relationship you build with each individual person.
There's so many different kids and different injuries that I get to see on a daily basis, but really getting to interact with each and every one of you in a different way, getting to know you, getting to know your injury, and getting to see all of the kids, start from a really bad injury and get all the way back to playing their sports.
Though she just came out of college, her experience is way beyond her years. Having been through many medical procedures, she's prepared for any injury that comes through the school.
I've done rotations with orthopedic doctors, seen surgeries. I've done 2 EMT rotations, getting to travel with them and do rotations with them.
If you are by the trainers and or see her at a game, make sure you give her a big warm welcome to Northwest. From NHSTV, this has been Cole Richardson.
Thanks, Cole. Our campus is filled with many organizations to be a part of. NHSTV anchor Abby Franklin is out right now to learn more about one of our exciting clubs.
Thanks, guys. I'm here with some members of the Creative Writers Club, and we've talked a little bit about this club and this club actually sounds like a great way to inspire our students to write. So can you tell me a little bit more about when y'all meet and exactly what y'all do?
We meet Mondays during Invest in room 2310. That's Miss Nettleton's room. And basically in our meetings, we go over things that you've written. You can read it out loud. We give writing tips and editing advice. And we also work on publishing our book that we're going to publish.
Interesting. So these writings that y'all do, is there any way that our students can compete in them, or do y'all compete at all?
We host a variety of in-school contests. People who aren't involved can contribute. People who are involved can contribute. You don't necessarily have to be in the club. You can submit articles, you could submit essays, you can submit poems, short stories, whatever you'd like.
Awesome. Now, I've never been a writer myself, but can anybody join, or do you have to have certain requirements?
Anyone can join. It's all about if you really have the inspiration or the courage to come up and be like, this is what I'm writing. That confidence movement in the club will definitely help anyone in the student body.
Great. So thank you again for telling us a little bit more about the club. Texans, definitely be sure to come down here during Invest, maybe check it out, maybe even join. They need some new people around here. So thank you again, and back to you, anchors.
Thanks, Abby. Students, look, if you enjoy writing, you should really check out that club. Many of us have heard some awful jokes from our fathers. Clover caught up with our Texans this week to hear some of those jokes on this week's edition on Texas on Main Street.
For this week's Texans on Main Street, we went out to see your guys' best dad jokes. Also, disclaimer, no dads were harmed in the making of this. So, do you guys want to hear a joke about construction?
Sure.
Well, I'm working on it.
What did the cow say to the beaver?
What?
Nice dam.
Why did the Scarecrow get an award?
I don't know why.
Because he was outstanding on the field.
Why do skeletons not go trick-or-treating with anyone?
Why?
Because they don't have anyone to go with.
What's the only type of food a blind person can't eat?
What?
Seafood.
That's messed up. That's messed up, man. That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Have you ever had Hertz donut?
No, I haven't.
Hertz donut.
So my dad tells a lot of awful dad jokes.
Yeah, I know. Tell me one.
What is a houseware?
I don't know.
An address.
My dad's definitely going to steal that one.
Tomorrow we learn more about one of our Texans accomplishing big things and even going national.
And an inside look on what's happening with our theater department.
Thanks for watching, Texans. This has been NHSTV Live.